Hey guys, welcome to Dan and Bryn Start a Gym. It is Sunday, it's late in the evening, or later in the evening at the very least, and to be quite frankly honest, I have a major sweet tooth, and so when that sort of thing happens, I want to show you what I'm able to do and still stick somewhat on my diet. I do say somewhat on my diet because, well, I'm going to end up eating fruit, and when I end up eating fruit, it goes away from my ketogenic style diet. Now, if I just have one apple or one banana, it's probably not going to be the end of the world, and I would rather cheat with something like that than say have actual ice cream. And that's why people at our gym tend to make fun of me when I go, I cheated, I had, and then fill in the blank, either berries or berries, bananas, apples, something of that nature. I typically have it with peanut butter and something else. I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways to make my dessert real quick. It requires 3 ingredients. Peanut butter, remember, peanut butter doesn't need to be stirred, it is not peanut butter, it's frosting. Peanut butter is important to have only very 2 simple ingredients. It should have peanuts and salt. Sometimes just the peanuts, which is just fine. Could be roasted or non-roasted, it doesn't matter to me. Coconut oil. That way I don't have to use quite as much peanut butter. I can use some of that as coconut oil. That tends to make it a little sweeter in my opinion, even though we're not adding sugar. And then cocoa powder, okay? I know what Hershey's company does to the rainforest, that sort of thing, but the other stuff's very expensive and this stuff tends to fit my budget and lifestyle a little easier. So let's begin, shall we? First thing I want to do is I want to start off with the coconut oil. I don't typically measure it out. I would recommend that you should start, but I try to do about equal parts coconut oil to actual peanut butter. So if I use 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, I would try to get about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, so on and so forth. For me personally, I'm not going to care all that much. I'm just going to grab some big old chunks and put it into my particular bowl, just like so. Now the cool thing about what I'm making here is you can actually put it in the refrigerator. It gets hard, almost fudge-like. I'm going to end up coating it on an apple and putting that in the refrigerator and making sort of like a candied apple type thing. I tend to like it a lot that way, but most of the time I just put a banana right over the top of it. I always like to dish up my coconut oil first. That way I can take my fork that I use the coconut oil with. That way I'm not getting lots and lots and lots of goobers in the coconut oil. And then I can just dish up my peanut butter from there, just like so. I'm going to try to again eyeball it, equal parts, give or take. Maybe just a bit more. This is definitely more than 1 serving, so just be aware of that. One of the bigger mistakes people make when they make their keto desserts, or fat bombs as some call them, is they tend to overeat and eat way too much. This would be several days worth if I wanted it to be. From here I'm just going to eyeball how much cocoa powder I want in there. Way more than I needed to, because that ended up dumping out all over the table even. So this one's going to be really chocolatey. That's hilarious. I screwed it up on YouTube, but oh well, that's what makes it fun. And Bryn likes dark chocolate, so this will be as dark chocolate as it gets. Apparently the dogs don't know that I'm filming, and most of the time I wish they were dead. And so that's not really true at all, just for the animal lovers. It's just quite annoying when all of a sudden they haven't barked all evening, and now they are. So at this point I'm going to start stirring this up. I'm going to start smashing it down. And I want to try and smash it down somewhat gently so it doesn't just spray all the cocoa powder all over the place. Just like so. It'll turn into a big, thick, sludgy pile of goop, as you can kind of see. Now we're starting to get somewhere with that, just like so. It's getting even closer now that we stir it up. If you're a chocolate fan, this will do you just fine. And again, there isn't any added sugar. The only sugar you're getting from this is from the carbohydrates in the peanuts, from the peanut butter itself. And this is really dark chocolate now, which will be Bryn's favorite. And so I'm just going to keep stirring until I get kind of that consistency that I like, until that coconut oil is all kind of mixed up in there. Now from here, I'm going to take my apples. I do have a little plate, Apples were already on the plate. I'm sorry, I am tired. It is late, but I'm going to take the apples themselves, take my little fork, put it on here, and then I'm just going to try and coat the outside of the apple with my particular coconut oil, peanut butter mixture, just like that. We'll end up doing a couple of them. Then I'm going to put them in the fridge for a little while so you can see how they look after that. Now each one of these technically would be a serving in and of itself. I wouldn't want to have too many of these. I definitely wouldn't want to eat the entire apple. Each one of these apple slices would be its own individual serving. So this would be a treat that I would use after dinner or something like that. If I wasn't intermittent fasting and I was able to eat later in the evening. Or like I said, it's Sunday and I'm at my in-laws and I'm enjoying my weekend and everybody else is eating a dessert. I want to have my own dessert. This is the dessert that I'm going to make for me specifically for later, and it'll be delicious, and I will love it. So now what I'll do with the rest of this, because you can see there's still a lot more, is I can put this in the fridge, let it get hard, and then end up eating it as just little bars later, put it in my lunch or snack or something like that. So let's put this in the fridge now, and we'll see what it looks like in a little bit.
Say hi, Griffey! Griffey!
And I don't really want to kill the dogs right away, just so everybody's clear. Have a nice day. We'll be back in this.
Welcome back to Dan and Bryn Start a Gym. We had recorded me taste testing Dan's apple covered with chocolate, coconut oil, and peanut butter, but it sounded horrible and it looked horrible, so I wouldn't let him post it and had to re-record it, but it worked out great, and refrigerating it made it just like a candy apple you could buy at a store. So give it a try. Good afternoon.
What was it about your looks that you didn't like?
It was cold and I was wearing a tank top.
Which makes you do what?
Too personal, so we didn't want to post it, so this one is better. Enjoy your apple covered in coconut oil, peanut butter, and cocoa powder.